Hey, is this thing on?
Hello?
Is this on?
Is this on? Is this on?
Oh, I think so. Hey, Kevin Kaufman, Fred Weaver. Did you know that many years ago we had a blog called Short Sell Power Hour? It was like a really great name at the time, and it was really
awesome.
Terrible. So we changed it to Kevin and Fred.
It turns out that's the only more terrible name than Short Sell Power Hour.
I think that one might be even more terrible. So we literally have posted little to no content. But the other day we were having a conversation about how we should start posting more content here at kevinandfred.com.
We did.
Or on the kevinfred.com social media pages.
Yeah, so what I'm doing over here...
Are we driving anywhere? I thought we were going somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to in a second, but I'm Instagram living us, Facebook living us.
Oh, because see, over here on my phone, we have 2 viewers, and we're on Facebook.
It's 2 more viewers than we have over here.
That is right. So anyway, hey, Kevin. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, too.
I just came back from vacation. Those people left already. They're gone. But I want to start with what I think is a very valuable topic for us to talk about in our industry, and I'm hopeful people will watch this later since nobody wants to join us now. But you know what happens when you don't post content for a couple years?
No one comes to your damn page.
It's really hard to get people to come to your page. So we're going to try to provide some content here again, and maybe a couple people, including our moms or somebody, will show up and join the page again. But anyway, so I had an interesting experience recently, Kevin, and I took this thing called a listing. I don't know. Are you familiar with that?
You took a listing?
Yeah.
Is that like where you take someone hires you to sell their house?
Yeah. So yes, I am a real estate agent. Yes, I hold a real estate license in more than one state. And yes, I had not taken a seller listing in quite a while. As most people on here know, Kevin,
you're so out of touch.
You and I have grown a team over the last few years, and apparently I forgot how to take a listing. But no, in all sincerity, I took my first listing, and I had some interesting observations that I thought I might share. And I'm curious for anybody that's out there watching live right now or who might watch us in the future. I'm really interested in knowing what's your market like? Like, I just had this interesting experience where we listed a property for $270,000 in Phoenix, Arizona, and the home actually, $290,000 here in Phoenix, Arizona. The home actually had been appraised by the seller just 3-4 weeks before we went live, and it had appraised right around our list price. Anyway, long story short, we put it on the market and got, I think, 11 or 12 offers in a 4-day period.
Yeah.
So just a quick tip for any of you out there watching, we list all of our properties on what day?
Thursdays.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, because at the end of really, if you think about it, Thursday's the day that we start prepping our showings for the weekend.
Okay.
So let's be new on the market on a Thursday, right? And if you're going to have an open house, hit it by the weekend as well.
Yep.
And then you've got at least 4 days, depending on how hot your market is, you've got at least 4 days where you can hold off on showing any offers to the seller, collect as many offers as you can over a weekend, hopefully create multiple offers and drive up the price and bring your seller the highest and truly best offer.
Yeah, we believe listing on a Thursday, like you said, maximizes exposure, and it really minimizes the amount of time the home has to be on the market. So a seller doesn't want to, for example, list on a Monday and then you say, well, let's make it through the weekend and have to endure 7 or 8 days of showings, right? So the idea of listing on a Thursday maximizes exposure. Also listing on a Thursday in a lot of MLSs around the country, and we would kind of know because we're in, I think, 7, 8, 9 different MLSs.
Enough.
It is that most of your MLSs out there will actually keep the listing as new. So it'll say new listing on it, which is pretty nice. So that's one of the other benefits of listing on a Thursday is the listing will actually say new through the weekend. So that's pretty awesome. So anyway, a little tip there for you if you've never taken a listing from a marketing perspective. There's a lot of advantage there.
You got 11 offers.
11 offers.
And tell me about your experience in receiving offers from 11 different real estate agents.
Well,
what was that like?
First of all, it reminded me or helped me recognize, even though I'm in the business, how hot the market really is in Phoenix, Arizona right now.
Right.
And I think we could say the same of other areas you and I service, like Denver, Colorado, and Nashville, Tennessee, and even San Luis Obispo, California.
Yep.
A lot of these areas are super hot right now. Even Colorado Springs, Colorado, right?
Absolutely.
They're super hot. And so it reminded me of that, number one. But my big aha and big takeaway was how bad people are at making offers. What a disservice a lot of our industry is doing when they're out there writing offers. So this is the part where I get fired up, kind of like Short Sell Power Hour style. But it really pisses me off We have
As it
people
should.
running around wasting their time and their clients' time writing a bunch of crappy offers.
Well, that's actually the really bad thing is we've got people who have been retained by a buyer, a potential buyer,
Yes.
someone who wants to be represented to buy a home, and their agent isn't proficient enough in their own freaking job
Yes.
that they don't, like, they're hurting them. They're actually being hurt by real estate agents who don't do their job well because they're not because they haven't taken the time to understand how to write an offer correctly,
Yeah.
how to put their quote unquote best foot forward and represent their client's best interest to help them get the listing.
So this is probably, maybe we do another, like, I was about to say episode, like that's kind of old school. Maybe we do another Facebook Live or we share some more information later about like the ways to write a strong offer and approach it from that perspective.
Yeah.
But for this moment, I'd like to share some of the really brutal, terrible things that I encountered just on this one listing in hopes that maybe somebody out there would learn from it or be able to share this with their team or their brokerage and might be able to help somebody either stop wasting their time or stop wasting their client's time.
Yep.
Jeremy just joined us and he's like, yeah, sign me up too. Like, even like, who are these people, right? Like, so the representation is terrible, Jeremy. Like, that's what's crazy out there. So here's some things I saw, Kevin. I had a couple of offers come over without buyer pre-qualifications. Now, specifically in Arizona, here's what you need to know about the Arizona purchase contract. It actually states in section 3, I believe it is, or section 2 is the financing section. It states this offer attached in here too is a pre-qualification form, right? So it literally says you have to attach one. So by the logic of saying attached in here too is a pre-qualification, when you don't send a pre-qualification form, guess what you don't have?
You don't have an actual
You don't even
offer.
have, so I really didn't even get 11 or 12 offers. I got like 9 or 10
You
offers.
just didn't get 11 valid offers.
Does that make sense? Like
Yep.
they weren't offers. They didn't include a pre-qualification form. Like, it doesn't count. Sorry. Like, even at requesting them from a couple of agents, I still 48 hours later didn't get the documents from them.
It's
Which
insane.
just drives me insane. So that was one thing. I saw a couple agents, Kevin, that literally, like, they would just say, hey, here's my offer, or here's our offer on blah, blah, blah. Like, that was the extent to which they went on behalf of their client to try to fight in a multiple offer situation.
And here's why that's bad. Everybody knows it's a hot market. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that if a home is priced appropriately, and especially in a competitive price range, there's going to be multiple offers. If you actually think that the way I'm going to represent my client to the fullest is by just sending an email with here's an offer, as opposed to making a plea going, hey, or I don't know, picking up the phone and calling going, hey, what's important to these
Right.
sellers? Like, how could I structure my offer, Mr. Listing Agent, so such that my buyer would have the best possible chance of actually getting this home under contract?
Yeah.
Like, maybe we should do that ahead of time.
Well, and here's the reality, Kevin, like, because there are going to be agents out there that say, well, you know, these people that own teams and whatever else, like, they're hard to get a hold of, right? And here's
sure.
the reality. It's true. I don't put my cell phone number in the MLS. But that doesn't prohibit you from writing a nice email.
No.
It doesn't prohibit you from sending your offer and saying, if you have a few minutes, I'd love to tell you about my client by phone. Can you give me a call now that I've submitted my offer?
Right.
It doesn't prohibit you from including a love letter from your client that gives me details on them and why they want this home. It doesn't prohibit you from just writing a general email that explains the situation and why they fell in love with the house. Like, there's so many things that even if you can't get the cell phone number of the listing agent, there's a lot of ways you can be out there representing your client. And so it fires me up
Absolutely.
that people are literally missing that.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing their own client
Yeah.
a disservice. And if you're in a super hot market like Phoenix, Arizona, like, what are you doing? You're just wasting your time. Why
Yeah.
even bother writing the offer if you're not going to? Joe Oubre, who we work with, said, I'd rather whole ass something once than have to half ass it twice. And
Whole ass something once.
right?
I love that.
But that's what we're doing. So we're
Yeah.
going out. We're writing offers on all these listings for our clients in a super hot competitive market, and we're half-assing it because we're writing an offer and we're just sending it. Like,
Yep.
no phone call, no email. No going, hey, what's important? Hell, no PQF in a lot of these situations.
Right. No, copied the lender on it and had the lender reach out and tell me how great these clients were. I mean, like, there's just so many misses, right? Like that all these people that did just crappy jobs. Now, here's the worst one. I haven't told you the worst one. I've saved this one because now we're up to a couple viewers, right?
Surprise me now. It's gonna be all.
Here's the worst one. I had a lady leave a voicemail, literally leave a voicemail on our office phone saying, "I'm looking to reach Fred Weaver. Who doesn't have a cell phone in this day and age?" Like, that's how she starts her voicemail.
Do you think she called you from her fax line?
I don't know. My point is, she hadn't even submitted an offer, and she was taking shots at me. Like, literally, maybe I have the audio file. Maybe we'll see if we can upload it here to Facebook, and we'll just bleep her name out. Or maybe we won't, because that's her problem for leaving that stupid, shitty voicemail. But maybe we'll just put it out there on Facebook. Maybe that'll actually drive some more traffic here to the kevinandfred.com page. But I want people to hear, like, what a shitty approach you could possibly ever take, right? Rip on me and make fun of the fact that my cell phone's not an MLS. Yeah, that's going to get you the house.
That's going to help
I'm definitely out to help you, right? Like,
that's really going to help your buyer get the house that they're competing
against. Here's the best part. I ended up a couple days later because, obviously she did this on Friday. No, I never called her back. Not at all.
I thought you were going to call her.
I emailed her. She asked me to call her. I just emailed her. I said I'd prefer to keep this via email based on your last voicemail. But she actually had the audacity to say to me, "Well, I just want to be able to update my clients. They've lost out on a couple other homes, and I don't know why."
Try not being a bitch.
I don't know. Yeah,
listing agent.
I don't know why.
Just a thought.
Like, here's an idea as a buyer's agent. Like, try to make a friend with somebody. Like, just try. I mean, I understand that, like, sometimes a stronger offer might beat you out, but one guaranteed way to lose out a house on behalf of your client and have to write multiple offers for the same client,
don't be nice,
is being a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, there's a guaranteed way to make sure that you don't make friends with anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, be a professional. It's not that hard.
Well, you're wearing flip-flops. You're not a professional.
Of course I am. And you know what? I've yelled at my fair share of banks when we were Short Sale Power Hour blog and everything else, but at the end of the day, like, I've never, when on trying to get a buyer's offer accepted, have insulted the listing agent. Like, it's even when dumb. I thought they were dumb, I never insulted the listing agent, right? I would do everything in my power to craft a really great offer and try to get it accepted.
Yeah.
So anyway, this was the what not to do when writing an offer, but I'm really interested for people that are going to watch this later. I'd love to know your feedback. First of all, how hot is your market? What's the most number of offers you've recently got on a listing? Secondly, what are some of the common mistakes you see a lot of people making? I'd love to create some sharing here on offers if you are a listing agent. Like, what are the mistakes? And gosh, I'll have to maybe... I created like a multiple offer spreadsheet, so I have all the reasons why I thought the offers were good or bad. So maybe we'll bust that out in the future. But at the sake of keeping this under 10 or 15 minutes, we probably should wrap it up here. But I think we should come back maybe next week or something with an episode on how to actually write a great offer. Like, because you and I have some great suggestions there. I think we've hinted at a few things, but let's talk about that. But
let's do that.
The first thing to do is, like, don't be a dumbass. That's step number one to getting your offer accepted, is don't be a dumbass. Build relationship, tell us about your client, try to stand out and differentiate yourself, and don't be a dumbass.
Don't be a dumbass. Hashtag don't be a dumbass.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we're gaining viewers, losing them here.
We should probably end this now.
We should stop now.
I feel like this
I think people are resonating with you and I. We tell it like it is, and other people out there beating around the bush, but we tell it like it is. Troy's watching us, and he enjoys our banter, I think. Oh, he just left. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sure if he did or not. All right, we got to wrap this up. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining us on the first blog in 2017-2018 for kevinandfred.com.
It's 2018.
Well, I know it is, but I lumped 2017 in there because we didn't film a blog post or do anything at all last year.
Halfway through.
I know, but that tells you how long it's been. So I was just including last year.
Hit end. Put these people out of their misery.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Finish.